Hello.
Andrew and Ben.
Hey, Coach, just after all the success that you guys had in the SEC regular season, how confident are you guys that you could go all the way and win this thing?
I mean, that's what we always set out to do. We know how tough it's going to be. We know how tough the competition is. I mean, it's a grind. The whole season's been a grind. We just got to go out and play every single game. We know we have no tomorrow, so we just have to make sure that we go out and we play as hard as we possibly can and give the fourth or best effort. But yeah, being in that championship game is one of our ultimate goals, and that would be awesome to be there.
Larissa, your group's got a lot of reasons to be confident. Does the double bye help add to that confidence, or how critical is that? What does that mean for you to have a big week there?
It gets us in a real good routine right now. It helped with our travel going from Tennessee right to here. I mean, it's really helped that they were able to get a good night rest last night, and we were able to have a very relaxing day today, practice today. We're at the game right now to be able to watch maybe one of our future opponents. Same schedule tomorrow. We're going to have a good practice in the morning. They're working on some finals still during this time, and we'll probably head over and watch LSU play and whoever they have to play their opponent. So just really getting in a good routine and feeling comfortable being down here.
Blair and Dave.
I have two, if that's okay, Coach. Could you speak to the idea and the advantage of not having that single dominant pitcher, having a pitching staff that you've got a handful of pitchers, whereas a lot of teams don't have that.
Yeah, I mean, I think one, it helps in terms of the opponents have a lot to prepare for. I mean, they got to prepare for 4 different pitchers, knowing that they're going to have to face 4 different pitchers during the course of the game. It helps me in terms of game management that I'm going to have the best matchup. I know I have 4 different that throw all different speeds, all different levels, and I'm going to make sure that we have the best person on the mound that has the best matchup to who our opponent is. Righty, lefty, speed versus power. Do they stay on top of the ball? Do they drop their bat head? So being able to keep everybody ready, and also, I mean, it just helps in that preparation, but also to counterattack that the opponents really have to do a lot more preparation for our pitching staff.
And my other one is how productive is it for you to have a spouse who can talk the sport with you on a regular basis?
Yeah, probably sometimes a little bit too much, but I mean, it's great in talking about the game management. What would you do in these certain situations? Like, I've learned so much from him and baseball in general on pitching changes, in having the right matchup and how to communicate to your bullpen. Just in the game management standpoint, I mean, our defensive system has gone to a lot of baseball management, where you'll see that there'll be certain times where the runner on first and second, and typical softball runners on first and second, they get the force out at 3. Well, we're turning 2 up the middle now. So I'm taking a lot of that baseball stuff and really applying it to our team and our philosophies and our system. And you can see how the players have really started to understand the game a lot more because of that.
Thank you.
Larissa, with all the power you have in your lineup, what kind of edge or mental edge can that give this group? I mean, you're never out of a game, and there's really nobody that they can pitch around.
Exactly. And it takes the pressure off of one individual hitter. Like, we're not relying on hoping that someone comes up the bat with a game-winning run on base. We know that everybody through the lineup has a job and has a responsibility, and anyone can hit the ball out of the ballpark. I mean, that's the greatest thing, and it puts so much pressure on the opposing pitcher, because he has to concentrate on every single pitch. Like, he makes one mistake and the ball's being hit hard. It also gives the team so much confidence, again, that we're never out of the ball game. The only thing we keep to control is let's try to get the timer off the bat. Throughout the course of the game, it's just continuing past the bat. It's the next person up. Let's make sure I have a quality at bat so the person behind me can now hit the end.
Colin and Ben.
Coach, I think you might have covered up the mic at the end of your answer there.
Okay, can you hear me better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was
repeating myself.
well, I was going to just move. I was going to ask what you thought of the All SEC awards you guys got, and how well represented the team was on the first team, all freshman, second team defense, all that.
One of the things is your team, your individuals are never awarded if your team is not successful. And that's the first thing. It's all about team success first. If we finish 13th in the conference, there's no way our individuals are going to be recognized for their individual success. So it really is a tribute to how successful we were as a team, finishing 4th in the conference, which then gives the individuals opportunities to be able to be recognized. And at the top of it, I'm just so proud of Jenna Laird. Someone that I've known since she was 9 years old. I've watched her grow up. She's been coming to my camps when I was back in New York, and then followed me over here. So there is a little different personal level with that award. But it's also for a freshman shortstop to be recognized for that. Like that, it's very, very rare that a freshman shortstop gets that award. It's very rare that a freshman is playing shortstop. So for her to be able to contribute as much as she is, I'm just really, really proud of her. And I'm also at the same time really proud of Kendall Bailey mentoring her. Jenna has learned so much about this game and this program and being able to perform at the level she is because of Kendall, and also being surrounded next to Kim Wirt. So they've really elevated her and mentored her. I look at who received awards, and all very, very deserving. The one thing I would say is that I think our entire team, our entire defense could have been recognized for all defensive team. I mean, you look at the players that we have and what we've done defensively. I mean, we're number 1 in the conference with fielding percentage. We're 5th in the country in fielding percentage. And it's so remarkable and what they've done and how well they play that they all are deserving. And I just know that would never happen, that the entire Mizzou defense is being recognized for all defensive team. But in my book, they are.
Coach, how much, I mean, does the idea of resume building and thinking about Sunday and a regional, how hard is that to block out this week? Is it on the minds of anybody at all?
I mean, I think we put ourselves in a situation right now to host a regional. I mean, we're not making that decision. It's obviously up to the NCAA, and we know that they make decisions sometimes we can't explain. But I think we've taken care of what we can. I felt that way after our one win against Florida. I felt that win put us in a real good situation to host a regional. And then the 2 against Tennessee, just icing on the cake, to really solidify. And I know the NCAA wants the best teams that are on a hot streak to be able to host. And I think we're proving that. I don't think that this one weekend will define us and define the program and define where we belong. I think we've proven that over their entire body of work. But, I'm not going to lie. I want to host. I want our team to be able to host. I want our families to be able to watch us play. And I think our community deserves it. I mean, it's been a long time since Mizzou softball has hosted a regional. I think it's something that our area needs. I think that our community and our athletic department, they need to ride on this wave that we're on right now and really be excited about Mizzou softball and bringing the NCAA tournament to Columbia.
Any other questions for Coach? Dave and Eric.
I'm good. No, thanks.
Good. Eric.
All right, Coach. I remember when we talked in Orlando about Jenna, and you were super high on her. You've known her since you're 9 years old, as you mentioned, since she was 9. But are you even surprised at the high level that she played, considering the competition that you play, that to her to play this level this fast?
I'm not surprised. What has impressed me is her consistency to be able to do it all year long. Like that, to me, for any player in our sport, I mean, she's been so consistent and been at this level from day one that she stepped foot on the field to now. She's had some games that obviously she's gone 4 for 4, but very, very few times has she ever gone into a slump. That's hard to do no matter if you're a freshman, sophomore, junior, or senior. And for her to do it and be this consistent as a freshman is something that I've never seen before. So it's not that I'm surprised. I'm just overly impressed.
We haven't had a postseason since 2019. How does it feel to get ready, preparing once again for a postseason game? Does it feel different? Is it unique, same? How does it feel?
So what I told the team before we had practice today is that there's no difference between regular season and postseason other than more people are watching you. And you got to go out and you have to play the game the same way you've done it all year long. You can't try to do anything different. But it's great. I mean, it's such a great atmosphere. It's great to see the gift suite and get all the gear and, you know, get the ice cream after you had batting practice. And, you know, those are the things that they haven't experienced in a long time. And I just want them to relish every single moment. You know, have a great time on the bus. Remember your teammates. Remember what this feels like, because these are the times that you're going to remember for the rest of your life.
Anything else for Coach? Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.